Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Door here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Daredevil Born Again, Season 2, Episode 4, titled Gloves Off. Bullseye adopts a new morning routine. Fisk takes the ring. Now, interesting that it says takes the ring instead of takes to the ring. So we know this is going to be the boxing match between him and I don't even remember the other guy's name that we've seen posted for in the past couple episodes. And it only hit me earlier today just how fucked this is, considering Matt's dad died because he refused to throw a boxing match that was being sponsored by corrupt people. And now you've got a corrupt person using a boxing match to further his standing with the public. Yeah, I don't think that was Fisk's intention, but it is an unintended side effect. Um, but yeah. Now, you may be able to tell I am a bit sick. I've got a scratchy throat, I've got a half blocked nose, so, and also my head's a little foggy, but um, I wanted to get this out this week. I wanted to get it out yesterday, but we didn't have internet from 12 p.m. till 7 p.m. And I usually release these at 4 p.m. So that was right smack dab in the middle of the no internet. So I couldn't really record or upload it yesterday. But let's get this episode started in 3, 2, 1, go. Apparently I forgot to turn my headphones on. Oh yeah, I've also been spoiled by something that happened in this episode. But it was also something that was alluded to in the trailer, so it's not that much of a surprise. And it's also what I was alluding to, thinking was happening at the end of last episode. But it was actually Angela. My wrists do that. I think my noise gate stops that from coming through. I thought you could see his knives sticking out the bottom of his jacket. So what is this morning routine of his? Or was that what we'd just seen? That's going into someone. Is he gonna use a lobster to kill someone? Who is he waiting for? That was a very convincing he has a gun. I thought you forgot his whip for a second there. Well, that sounded thick. Shouldn't you have done that before you touched the glass? Oh, now did he bounce it off the person or just the booth? Didn't even have to look. Normally he has to at least see. Like that was his thing with Daredevil in the parking garage. He was banking off of the mirrors. Well, I was sort of right about killing someone with a lobster. Why did he take the source? To make a bullseye, okay. Huh. Interesting. Not a single innocent was injured in that. Which is very different from Bullseye's attack on the bulletin, where he didn't care who he hurt in his mission to get to Karen and that. And when he was in the church, I guess he didn't go after many innocents, but Lantern did get killed because he jumped in front of it. I think, are there any other times where he's left everyone completely unharmed except for his targets? Or if there are times where he's just wantonly. The shots of him doing it without even seeing where it was going. Like, yeah, he's a master of trajectory. He'd be able to bank off of where the bullets are hitting to find out where they're coming from. So I guess that works, but just seeing him fling things over a counter while he's lying on his side and them hitting their target perfectly. So he seeked absolution. He thinks he's one of the good guys. He's only going after the task force people. I do find those funny. Hmm. Oh, don't worry, he'll be back for the finale. Nice. I do remember back in Hawkeye when everyone thought Jacques was going to be the villain. He just turned out to be a goofy guy. And now he gets to. He'll be back for the final battle. So we've got Jacques funding them. We've got Matt. We've got the White Tiger Medallion. Um, we've got Punisher if he shows up. Also, the one that was helping them out in the last episode, the ABTF guy. Apparently, he was the young one from the end of season one, whose partner pulled the beanie down over the dead kid's face to make him seem like a vigilante. I didn't recognize him, but makes a lot more sense as to why he'd be turning on them. I just remember that. I don't know why Christophe um made me think of it, but it's interesting that Matt's not hiding his voice around. They are linking it back to Jack. I love how the perspective changed to for the old show because it was filmed differently. Anyway, what was I say? Oh yeah, he's not masking his voice around these people, despite having interacted with several of them. Yet when it came to Kirsten, he did. Really using one of Hawkeye's moves? Fair. Well, that was symbolic. Oh, I said 20. I was almost banger. It's because of the shape of the asshole. Apparently, the way Matthew Lillard was playing this character generally irritated Vincent D'Onofrio despite them being mates. It's a promise. Hmm. The less you know, the safer it is for you. Apologies, that apparently came through the microphone. No people. Probably a lot. Is Europa the story I'm thinking of? Yes, Europa was one of the ones that was sought after by Zeus. Oh, right, because one of Jupiter's moons is named Europa. For how long, though? Thought he was gonna lick that. It took me a few seconds to realize that was Matt. Found his coin. It's not a coin. A little surprised he'd be willing to wear that outfit in that church. I feel like Matt would have changed. And then as he was leaving, changed back. Well, he did say he wasn't a priest yet, so he's not really bound by. I won't kill him. Okay? Showing some similarities between him and Dex. Broke his CD. Probably wasn't usable after being in the wall anyway, but. Well, at least one had protection. Take out the kingpin. Was it still alive? Daredevil. He's probably going to end up dead. He's dropped that. It is. It is. Yep. Daniel's only going to be able to let so much go through. Apparently, the actor for Daniel is playing this like he knows it's BB, but is refusing to admit it to himself. So that look down at her jacket was intentional. Is that Heather? Of course, it was a discount. And of course, you weren't told about it. What if, and hear me out, Bullseye's not trying to kill Fisk? He's trying to make it seem like he's going to kill Fisk, so that Matt has to be seen as Daredevil saving Fisk's life, in the same way he was seen as Matt Murdock saving Fisk's life from Bullseye. It's a wild thing I was thinking of. So how much did he pay Matterhorn to not land a blow? Touch gloves? That seemed a little unnecessary. Oh, that's what Buck was being called for. That mouth guy wasn't really useful. They didn't show it though. Are you even allowed to do that? Just push him back with your glove like that? Also, I thought that once they were on the ropes, you had to lay off them a bit. Oh, that definitely sounded like those ribs were shattered. Well, I guess he was just knocked out. I was about to say, congrats. You just killed someone in front of all those people. That wasn't innocent. Or was it? Was that enough to offset his throw? He still went for Fisk. Unfortunately, that looks like he was just saving Bullseye. And technically, that was Wilson's doing. Because if he had it shattered the thing that was aimed at him, it, there's no way Dex could have planned that. Right. Because he wouldn't have been able to anticipate the angle at which Kingpin would swing the belt. Huh. Huh. Was not expecting that. I did see, after the last episode, a couple people mentioned that they thought something was going to happen to Vanessa this season. And it turns out they were right. Now, the thing that I thought I was spoiled on for this week still hasn't happened in the show. So, I don't know when that's happening. Was not. I'm assuming this is going to have similar episode count to last season, meaning next week should be the mid-season. But it felt like that was a mid-season event. Not that there's going to be like any breaks or anything, but usually something big happens mid-season. And I guess 4 of 9 versus 5 of 9, but I'm taking into account that this is only week 3 of the show. There was a lot I wasn't expecting. The fact that Bullseye is only taking out Task Force people now. Like, we saw both of his massacres this episode. He only hit Task Force people. Or at least people that he intended to hit. Which, I mean, is Bullseye's whole thing, but as I've said in the past, he didn't care, never used to care about collaterals. But not even by the AVTF were people getting hit. Like he was intentionally moving in a way that they weren't hitting the people of the dino or the people in the crowd. Um, Getting the testimonies of all of the people that they rescued from Red Hook, um, and slipping that to BB. Wasn't expecting that. Um, the task force going after Kirsten, that's not that surprising. Buck showing that Daniel was onto something with his comments last episode, with the way he took down Mr. Charles's men, and also taking out both of the marshals. Yet we didn't see him shoot Christophe. Like they would, they would have made a point. It was very clear that it was him, even by the fact that he was called off to do something. He didn't want to go and do it. Was sent off anyway, and then they showed Christophe being taken by the marshals at the same time they were showing the start of the fight. Like it was very clear that those were related, and they could have shown the shot of him walking out of the shadows and shot back to Christophe, he being hit by the bullet, but they didn't. And considering all the things I've been picking up of with Buck the last few episodes, there is a not insignificant chance that he's not actually dead. Uh, it did make it seem like Daredevil was there saving Bullseye, because they see the last people that were running out of the room saw him knock the Kingpin's gun out of his hand. They didn't see him also stop Bullseye from attacking again. But yeah. Also, he very well may have killed Matt Hornet. It just wasn't declared ringside to keep up appearances. I don't know. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what goes next, because, as Vanessa said, she's the only thing that brings out the good in Fisk. So if she dies, right after she promised the governor that with her in the picture, Wilson would be on his on better behavior, and the governor said that she'd be able to get behind them as a pair, but not Fisk on his own. They were really telegraphing it in that scene. Why did I not pick it up? I can't wait to see what other people have to say about that ending. So with that being said, I'm gonna end this now so I can go watch some. I'll catch you in the next one.